She played an entire college basketball season, and she didn't play well. And I said at the time she didn't deserve to be on the Olympic team.
Dan Patrick really shouldn't have said that. It's clear now that he was mistaken, and he's acknowledged it. Clark is truly phenomenal, and even though she's a strong competitor against Angel Reese, together they make one of the best rookie combinations the WNBA has ever seen. You can't overshadow this incredible duo. For now, let's set the Rookie of the Year debate aside. But one thing that is terribly wrong on Angle Reese's side is her attachment to Caitlin Clark in any way.
Angel Reese is actually paying the cost at this moment from attaching her brand to Caitlin Clark's brand.
Controversial conservative pundit Jason Whitlock is back at it, taking aim at Chicago Sky rookie Angel Reese once again. This time, Whitlock is zeroing in on Reese's race for Rookie of the Year, claiming it's actually hurting her brand. Reese is in the mix for the WNBA's top newcomer, with Caitlin Clark being her biggest competition. But after a bit of a shooting slump in recent games, some are starting to question if she can keep up. She did manage to bounce back with an 8 for 16 performance against the Phoenix Mercury last Sunday, but Whitlock isn't impressed. So according to Whitlock, if Angel Reese weren't constantly being compared to Caitlin Clark, we'd all be saying, wow, what an incredible rebounder, full of energy, and a standout defensive player Angel Reese is. With just a bit of fine-tuning to her offensive game, she could become a real powerhouse in the WNBA. But instead, because she's stacking herself up against Caitlin Clark, we're left saying, man, she can barely make a layup. Before last night's game against the Phoenix Mercury, Reese had shot just 29% from the field over her previous 5 games. And the crazy part? Most of those shots were within 2, 3, or 4 feet of the basket, yet she couldn't even hit 29% of them. Had Angel Reese not hitched her brand to Caitlin Clark, she'd probably be getting celebrated right now. But Sunday night, we saw a bit of a shift. Reese started nailing some mid-range shots and face-up jumpers because, let's be real, she had no shot of getting those layups past Brittany Griner. But here's the thing. Angel Reese has this awkward left-handed shot. She shoots from her shoulder instead of eye level, and that's why she keeps getting swatted. The biggest issue here is the Caitlin Clark comparison. It's killing her. Chasing that Rookie of the Year title, which she realistically has no shot at, is doing more harm than good. Reese wants to be a dynamic offensive player, but she's just not there yet. She's a great rebounder, full of energy, and a solid player, but by constantly comparing herself to Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese is only hurting her own game.
Someone could just help her figure out how to perform offensively. Man, she's going to be a real impact player in the WNBA.
But some may argue that saying Reese doesn't have a shot at Rookie of the Year is disingenuous and completely overlooks her skills on both ends of the court. Sure, Clark might be scoring more points, but when you look at the numbers, the two are pretty neck and neck. Reese is shooting 39.8% from the field this season, while Clark isn't far ahead at 41.2%. And let's not forget, Reese is one of just 3 players in the entire league averaging a double-double this season. The other two? Former MVP and gold medalist A'ja Wilson of the Las Vegas Aces and the Los Angeles Sparks' Dereca Hamby. Now, Clark is still the frontrunner for Rookie of the Year, and for good reason. She's 12th in the league in points and leads the league in assists. But is Reese really out of the race? Not just yet. But do you remember Reese's flagrant foul on Clark? It almost happened again, but this time, Clark showed a bit more generosity. While Clark continues to dominate in her rookie season, she dropped 19 points in a win over the Dream on Monday. She didn't escape the game without some controversy. WNBA fans had a lot to say after she delivered a hard foul on one of her opponents. During the third quarter, as Jordan Canada attempted a fast break layup, Clark went for the ball but missed completely, instead swiping Canada across the head and face. It was a rough moment, and some fans weren't too happy about it. Canada made her 2-point shot and got an extra attempt from the free throw line on the "and one" play. Clark was hit with a personal foul, but some fans felt that wasn't a harsh enough punishment. In fact, the incident sparked debate, with some fans calling out WNBA referees for what they saw as a bias against Angel Reese. Earlier in the season, Reese was involved in a similar play when she swiped at Clark's head on a layup attempt. But unlike Clark, Reese was handed a flagrant foul for her actions. This has led to some questioning whether the refs are playing favorites, especially when it comes to these two high-profile rookies. Despite the different outcomes, the two plays don't look all that different. In Angel Reese's case, the play was reviewed and later upgraded to a flagrant foul due to unnecessary and excessive contact. Caitlin Clark, on the other hand, only got a common foul. Apparently, it wasn't deemed excessive enough. Former WNBA player Val Whiting couldn't resist weighing in on the situation, joking about it on the X platform, formerly known as Twitter. She quipped, "Didn't Angel Reese get on CNN for this assault? Just kidding, y'all. I couldn't resist. I'm immature and will grow up soon, but not today." Reese's foul on Clark did make it to mainstream media, including CNN. The network's coverage of the block attempt stirred up quite a bit of anger among fans, many of whom felt the situation was blown out of proportion. But we have to agree with Dan Patrick here. Comparing Angel Reese to Caitlin Clark is just trolling at this point. Caitlin Clark has already set the rookie record in WNBA history and is now gunning for the all-time record. This is unfolding exactly as predicted by Dan. They stacked the front end of their schedule despite Clark coming off an intense college season. So Caitlin struggled initially with a less-than-stellar team.
Angel Reese, off of her performance, without comparing it to Caitlin Clark, without having this ridiculous Rookie of the Year conversation, we'd all be sitting here saying, like, man, what a great rebounder, energy, defensive player.
For everyone who said, "Oh, she's just a shooter," Clark has already set the all-time rookie assist record. And let's not forget, she's one of the greatest point scorers in college basketball history. Her ability to find an open teammate is innate, something she was born with. Dan mentioned before that she would focus on passing first to integrate herself as a teammate, and that's exactly what's happened. She's been playing exceptionally well, and her team has followed suit. Now, some people want to turn this into a Rookie of the Year debate. Yes, Angel Reese is an outstanding player. She just grabbed 20 rebounds and is a reliable double-double machine. But let's be honest, anyone pushing this debate is just looking to generate clicks. Caitlin Clark is a phenomenon, and the real question for those who think Clark shouldn't be Rookie of the Year is, who would you want to start your franchise with? Dan reiterated that Angel Reese is a fantastic player, but she simply doesn't compare to Caitlin Clark when she's on the court. It's straightforward. Dan thinks the debate is more about attracting attention than assessing the actual talent. Look, Angel Reese plays incredibly hard, and her game can be likened to Moses Malone's relentless style. But there's no one like Caitlin Clark in WNBA history. That's the bottom line.
See, I think that was lost on a lot of people. Her ability to be able to find the open person, it's something that you're born.
Just a month ago, there was a lot of debate, but after a truly historic last month for Caitlin Clark, it looks like the conversation might be over. Clark didn't just have a standout month. She made history by setting the WNBA single-game record with 19 assists. She almost pulled off a 2020 game as a rookie, which is nothing short of unbelievable. Every game, she just seems to get better, and there's no sign she's slowing down anytime soon. From a statistical standpoint, the debate is pretty much settled. Clark outperforms Reese in every major category except rebounds, which is telling. The high rebound numbers for Reese often highlight more of her team's struggles to score, rather than her own excellence. It's even more perplexing considering that not too long ago, several major outlets were picking Reese to win the award. But Clark stayed on fire during Reese's historic double-double streak, and only got hotter once it ended. Now, share what you make of Dan Patrick's comments about Clark in the comments below. Don't forget to press the subscribe button because we will not miss any crazy updates and analyze it here in the way you like. For now, see you in the next video.